Hello. Ah, good evening. How are you? Yeah. Could you connect to TeamViewer? I'll give you the ID. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fine. Right. Hello. Was it sir? Ah. Good morning, sir. How are you? Yeah. Yeah. Fine. Mr. Sham. Okay. Good morning. Fine. Okay. So just to recollect, I'm sorry. Yesterday there was a problem. I could not communicate. I think I kept you waiting. Apologies for that. So let's start. So just refer to our previous discussion wherein we discussed little more about the domain part. Okay, we try to understand what is difference between the energy and the power. Very often what we require is the energy for billing purpose, but in commercial and industrial scenarios at times we also have to look upon the power part. Okay, in any case, whether it is the energy or the power, you need a meter for that, which is a device. There are some devices which come with both. Okay, they are capable of recording separately the highest peak of power what it recorded for a duration of 15 minutes in the month. But because if you're going to build the power, all you require is one single value. Okay, but when you say consumption, it is going to be in kilowatt hour. Okay, which has to be cumulative consumption as the consumption happens. Okay, either way we require a device. Okay, a meter for that. Now, when you talk of devices, primarily there are two types of devices, especially in electricity and also sometimes in water. One is the main instrument from which you are doing the meter reading. Okay, that is the meter or the device what you require. Sometimes you may have some additional devices also working with that particular main meter. Okay, like you may have sometimes a meter which is basically a electricity meter, but it is not just directly reading the reading because it's not connected to supply line. It is rather coming through a transformer. So you have the meter as the main meter, but along with that you may also like to use a transformer, which can be a current transformer or a voltage transformer or sometimes both. Okay, so when you create a device at the system level, we need to have a parameter which is called basic device category. Okay, basic device category will be used when you create a device category. Okay, am I going to create a device category which is basically electricity or water or a gas or a transformer or a interval meter? Okay, but what basic device category can be created for what division? Okay, we also have system level a division category. Okay, for electricity, it makes sense for me to create a transformer. Okay, but you cannot say I will create a transformer for the water division. Okay, so we make a combination of the basic device category and the division category at the system level. Okay, and in addition, we also maintain what basic device categories can also be combined. Okay, a water meter can have some kind of a pressure connector. Okay, corrector maybe for example. Okay, or regulator, or in the case of electricity, a sort of a electricity meter with the ARCR, electricity meter with a transformer. Okay, so these combinations also can be maintained. Now, in order to create a electricity meter or a water meter or a flow meter, most important element of that instrument or the device is the register. Okay, now we saw that register is the one which is doing the basic job of basically the counting. Okay, like you need to keep the total cumulative consumption. Okay, so that part is done through register. Register is one which is doing the counting part. Okay, it can be a simple revolving wheel what we see in the traditional meters. Okay, it can also be something very advanced internally. Maybe it will give the output in the form of a digital number. Okay, but each register has its own data which has to be maintained. Okay, Tomorrow, suppose you have got about 10,000 devices of a particular make, okay? They all have the same kind of register, okay? We need to have that register data as a part of device category, okay? And then using device category, I'm going to create a device, okay? But when I create a device, I don't have to enter all this ISU data because that is all maintained in device category, okay? So when I want to create a device category, I need the most important information, register group, okay? What is register group? Register group is a group of register, okay? Register group. Register group is a group of one or more registers which together form the part of the device category, okay? Suppose a single rate meter, obviously you have only one counter in that, one register in that, okay? Like I said, two rate meter, okay? The two rate meter is basically having two individual registers, one measuring the consumption during the on peak hours and one measuring the off peak hours, okay? But together they are required for the device category. So you need to first maintain the group level data as a master data, okay? Once you create a register group, we can go ahead and create the device category itself, okay? So previous session we saw what are the configuration data required for register group, okay? Number range, type of register, register ID, what is the allowed unit of measurement for the register, okay? All this information is maintained in configuration, and based on that information we can create a register group, okay? So step 1, we need to create a register group. So we need to go to easy access, select device management, and in that we are going to select technology and then select register group and then select the transaction EZ04 create. Now register group is internal numbered, so I don't have to enter any number, but most important, what is the main division category, okay? Main division category means system level division category we are talking of, not the billing ISU billing divisions, okay? Those billing divisions are maintained in enterprise structure, but please remember, when we do the data maintenance, okay, or the data retention, it is always at the system defined main division category. So here I'm selecting electricity and then continue. Now here first again you have to enter here division category. Why? Because based on division category certain data will be fixed here, okay? So we need to select here electricity again here, okay? And then once you say electricity and then continue, okay, it will open this particular field, otherwise it was in display mode, okay? So now it has opened. So it is register category, okay? What kind of register category, okay? Is it cumulating demand, okay, balancing? Because this classification is directly linked to basic division category, okay? That is the reason we are entering here the division category. So since we are talking of a consumption meter, electricity meter, energy, so accumulating consumption, okay? And then next one is the whether it is a reactive register, active register, apparent, okay? So we'll select active register. So you know some extent what is the difference between active and reactive, okay? Active means what is directly used in the measure, what is measured, okay? Reactive is something lost in the windings or machine construction, which is normally the case for household appliances. It may not be very high, okay? But when you look upon the industrial equipments or appliances, especially the machines which are have got some windings, okay, they actually take away some current to get energized. The coil has to be energized, okay, and that won't be measured. So the company which is supplying electricity will have to focus on that part. If it is very high, then they will have a separate register which will also measure the reactive energy, okay? Because it is called reactive because it has got opposite effect of active energy, okay? It is putting back the current into the circuit, okay? So much of electrical engineering which I am also not very much familiar with, but basic understanding is active energy which is basically measured directly. Reactive energy, if you don't particularly measure, it goes unnoticed, okay? But For household application, we can work upon with some factor and then fix it up. Okay. Then go to next column, register type or ID. We will see. So what is the register type? Okay. If we are having a register group with two register, one is on peak and off peak, then we could have selected this one first and then this one. That means I'm entering two lines. Okay. But at this point of time, we are taking average rate. Okay. Average rate. Then how is the output given from the register? Okay. How many digits? Is it like 5 digits or 6 digits or 8 digit? Okay. So we can fix up that depending on the construction. We will say 5 digits before the decimal and 2 digits after the decimal. Okay. You can mention that information. What is the meter reading MU? Okay. That means when you take the meter reading, in what unit we are going to take the meter reading. Okay. So meter reading is going to be kilowatt hour. Okay. So we'll give it here kilowatt hours. Then registered display. Okay. Okay. What kind of energy is this? Division category, based on division category. Again, active energy, active power, reactive power. We'll select the active energy. Then register factor, as I said, internal billing factor. If we don't mention anything, it is fixed as 1. Okay. Like in earlier meters, there used to be some multiplication factors, but as of now, with the construction available, it will be always 1. Okay. Then other things, display. What kind of display is this? This is going to be, let's say, a digital display. Okay. This is information sake. Okay. It doesn't have any impact on the process. Now transformation ratio, primary transformer voltage, secondary, PRTC, all this will come in an example where you're going to work with the transformer coupled meter. Okay. As of now, there is no transformer here. Register code is again more specific to German electrical standards. So when you're discussing the interval meter for the energy data management, that time we will see how to use it. Okay. Secondary transformer current, voltage again not relevant here because it is not transformer. Most important is validation class. Okay. This validation configuration we did not do because it is actually done in the meter reading configuration. Okay. At this point of time, I am selecting available choice as validations for residential customers. Okay. Basically, what is the purpose? Based on this class, what you entered, certain checks will happen. Okay. Tomorrow, suppose I collected the meter reading from the meter. Okay. When you enter the meter reading results in the system, certain validations will happen. Okay. If the results what you enter are within the tolerances of the validation, the results are accepted. Okay. Otherwise, system will give a message. It needs to be checked. Okay. That means unless someone releases the reading results, they are not available for billing. Okay. So that is control through validation class. What is the billing unit? Okay. Billing unit is also kilowatt hour. So we will take kilowatt. So this is all the information that we have to maintain now for a register group. Okay. Later, when you create a register for the meter, which is basically the interval meter, some data will change. Okay. If you are working on, let us say, a transformer coupled meter, some data will change. But as of now, this is the data we are given, and then we have to save it. So you not specify default register. Okay, this is most important. Now, when we are installing device, okay, device installation. Okay, device installation we are doing physically at the grid level, at the device location in the connection object. But that physical installation, what we do, will have to reflect in the system level. Okay, so we do what is called the technical installation and billing installation. Okay, when you do the device installation, the registers have to be proposed automatically. Okay, that means it is available for billing purpose. Okay, so you have to activate this, propose the register for billing purpose. Okay, that means for that particular register we enter a parameter called rate type. Okay, rate type is going to come under billing configuration. Okay, based on the rate type, rate category, system will determine what is called a rate. Okay, the rate is the one which is containing all the calculations for billing. Okay, so if the register is not proposed, in that case what will happen? The register, if the rate type cannot be entered, and then the billing installation will be incomplete. Okay, so that's the reason we have to activate this as proposed for, you know, propose the default as a default register in the case of device installation, and then save it. So now register group 22 has been created. Okay, So this register group will become a common data for my device category. Okay. So in the previous sessions, we created first a material master. Okay. We said in the process of creating the device, what we require, first we have to create a material master because it is a physical unit. It has got some material related data, logistic data like purchasing data or maybe valuation data. Okay. Using that material number master record, we extend it and then create a device category. Okay. So if you want to create device category, there should be material master created already in the system. Okay. But there is also provision to create a device category directly. In that case, it will create a material in the background by copying from a reference material. But that reference material you have to maintain in the system level, configuration level. We will see that part separately. Okay. As of now, I have already created a material, and for that I want to create a device category. Okay. And when you create device category, some configuration data will also come into picture. Okay. So let's find out what is the data we can additionally maintain for device category. So let's go to IMG. So go to utilities, and then here we are selecting the device management. Here I have to select a technology. Okay. And then device category. Okay. So what is device category? We have seen that before, but just as a sort of quick help, we will have a look. In this IMG activity, you define system settings for device categories. Okay. You require a device category in order to create a device. That means it is not like in the case of plant maintenance, I can create an equipment directly. Okay. But here we are creating an equipment in ISU as a device, but which will behave like an equipment category. But to create a device, we require device category and also device category and device classification. Okay, so that is I what we used. Depending on the basic device category, you must maintain the register group. That means our basic device category is going to be electricity. So for that, you require the register group, which we already maintained. Now define the search help for the device categories. When you create device category, you will search it in some sections while using it. Again, ABAP related configuration will come. So SAP has given some search help file as maintained in ABAP data dictionary. Okay. Use and based on this we can search. But if any additional search helps are required, okay, that can be done through ABAP development. So this is not an area of configuration. Define nodes for device categories like we have seen in previous case. Okay. Note means a text. Okay. So note object will be there. Object ID will be available. We can create our own IDs. SAP would give a standard note ID along with the system, but additional note required IDs can be created by copying or creating with the reference to existing ID. But the object will remain the same. Okay. Define help table for specification for material maintenance. Yeah. This is what I was telling. Okay. To create device category, you have to have a material master created in the system. Okay. Every time I want to create a device category, it will ask me what is the material number. Okay. If I've already created material, I can enter that number. That will also become the device category number. Okay. But there is a provision to create device category directly. In that case, it will first create a material master in the background. Okay. Get a number and then fix that number for the device category. But to create the material master in the background, it will copy the data from a reference material what you maintain here. Okay. But there is a restriction, you can maintain for only one plant. Okay. That means you cannot use more than one plant. So that restriction is there. So normally we do not use much of this unless you have one service plant. Okay. Which is unlikely. So but still how to use it I will show you. Now define the function class. Okay. Function class and construction class. Function class is basically defining the construction, defining the function of the meter. Okay, is it a interval meter or three phase alternating current? Okay, so it is manufacturer specific. data. It is for a particular division category. Okay. You can maintain some kind of function classes for particular division, like say for electricity, water, gas. This is again purely for information sake. It has got no controls. Okay. But when you create a device category, we can enter this information and use this later for any search or any kind of reporting. Okay. So we can define here function classes. Select already some function classes we have defined earlier. For example, alternating current meter, three-phase current meter, or ripple control receiver, transformer, gas meter, corrector. Okay, I have created R001 as single phase single rate meter, single phase single rate meter, three phase. Okay, but it is created for a particular division. So we can create our own function class D001 three phase single rate hertz make device. Okay, and then for which division we can create this electricity. Okay, so function class we can maintain for particular division and then save it. Using this particular function class we can create the construction class. Construction class means sometimes the construction class may be defined in the specification of the device. Okay, like steel construction as per ISI. Okay, or DIN specification. Okay, or let's say plastic construction with so and so construction class as per the so and so specification. Okay, it can be very specific to the manufacturing company. That can also be maintained here. Define construction class, but when you define construction class we define it for a particular function class. Okay, so select define construction classes, select new entry. So construction class I will say D001 steel casing as per spec. Okay, some data 1 to 3, and then for which function class it is for D001 three phase single rate meter hertz make, and division is going to be electricity. Okay, so you can maintain more than one construction class for one function class. Okay, so one function class can have more than one construction class for a particular division, and then save it. So this information will be picked in the device category. Now define the manufacturer. Okay, so who are the vendors, which make of devices we are using. So select define manufacturer. So I have already maintained here Amco, Hertz, Siemens. Okay, according to what company is buying in that particular country, the relevant makes of the device manufacturer can be maintained here, and then come back. Prepayment meters are different. We will see that later. Prepayment meters are something like our telephone with the prepaid SIM card. Okay, they come with a certain amount of charge which is to be used. Okay, so that billing is slightly different. Okay, so we will take this later on. So this is the data what will go into the device category. Okay, now more or less the data is available. I can go and create a device category. Before that we will just check what is the material master record we created earlier in our plant. Okay, so let me go to mm60 and then find out what was the material we created. So go to D001 plant and then select execute. So plant was DDD. Okay, and then execute. We created one master record for the material with a particular number. So material 1111 11 is the material created 10011. So let me go to mm02. This is the material number which I am going to use for creating device category. So go to device management, technology, and then here we are going to create device category EZ01 create. Select it. Now device category has no different number. It is the same number of the material. So you can also think like this. Okay, we are extending the master record of the material by adding ISU data. Okay, but that we are not doing as a part of master record. It's a separate record. Okay, so it is as if we already have a material. We are extending that material master record to add another 2 3 screens. Okay, wherein I'm going to enter the ISU related data. Okay, but it is not done through material master. It is rather done separately. Okay, because it is very specific functionality available to only utility. Okay, so that is the reason there is a separate device category screen and the function. So for which division? Again here we are entering the, here we are not going to enter division category what is available in the system level. We are going to use billing. Okay, so for us it is D1 electricity. So what system will do? It will find out the link. Okay, our basic division category 01 has been already assigned to D1. Okay, that means D1 is a billing division which is maintained in enterprise structure linked to the basic division category 01 which is at the system level. Okay, so for 01 what is the device category we can maintain? Okay, the basic device category possible in the system. Okay, based on the system level categorization we can create a meter. The meter when you say is again a generic term. Okay, the meter can be for electricity, it can be for water, it can be for gas division. Okay, it can also be a transformer. Like I said before, there are some cases where we need to maintain separately a current transformer or a voltage transformer or both. Okay, or ripple receiver, ripple converter receiver, ERCR, remote meter. Remote meter will come in the case of the EDM, okay, energy data management, where you have interval meter, okay, corrector, pressure regulator, all these will come for water. So at this point of time, I'm selecting it as meter. Select the meter. So basic category, what I'm creating here is the meter. Okay, so this is locked here. Device category description. Okay, you can maintain a separate device category description displayed in addition to device category. Okay, just like material has got a description, device category also has got a description. Okay, so we can say electricity meter. Okay, electricity meter. We can maintain some more additional text if you want. Text for description. We can say three phase hertz make. Okay, hertz make. Okay, function class. Okay, what is the function class? Function class we created as three phase single rate meter, and then construction class, okay, is D001. Okay, now type of device. Okay, devices and device info records are permitted, and then only devices permitted, device info records permitted. So this information we will see later. At this point of time, what you want, we are creating here something device category which can be used for creating devices, and if required sometimes device info records. Okay, device info records will come usually when suppose we are looking in deregulated environment. Okay, that means the supplying company is different, generating company is different. They maintain the data of the customers for whom they are doing the billing. Okay, but the service level grid level data like connection object, device location, meter, okay, all this information equipment related data will be maintained in your distribution company SAP system. Okay, but the billing will happen where? In the supplying company, electricity company SAP system. So there naturally they cannot have the complete equipment data. So what we use? A device info record. Okay. When you use device info record, we are not bringing the plant maintenance module. Okay. It's simply something like this is the device number. That's all. Okay. And for that device, we are going to send the meter reading. Okay. As if I am a customer, my data is available in the generating company, and then for me this is a device. Okay, and that device number is so and so, and for that this month the reading is so and so, and based on that it's going to go for billing. Okay, so in such case we go for info record, but as of now what we are saying, we want to use this information to create devices basically. Okay, now when you create a device category, what is the most important data? Register group. Okay, because the measurement part is going to happen through a register. Okay, So which register? Yeah. Huh. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yes, you can create a separate device category. Yes, you are right. Yes, 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 yes. Because what happens is they want to differentiate some kind of data specifically for Hertz or Siemens or MCO. Okay, maybe register group data will change or construction class will change. So it is more specific to manufacturer. But if you don't want it, we can also make it generalized also. Okay, but actually, if you see, if the company is going to use only one single make, okay, in that case, it can be very general description also can be used. Hmm? Yeah. Ha. Ha. Yeah. Yeah. Siemens can be different. Yes. Correct. Correct. You're right. So now I'll pick up the register group what I created before. That is 22. Okay. Now the moment you enter register group, what it means, the device category is inheriting the data of the register, what is there in that particular register group. Okay, single rate register, what is the output of the meter, it is proposed for billing, all that information is automatically built upon this in the device category. Input output group will not apply here. It will only, okay, input output group I'll explain separately. It is again a group data. It is more for information sake. But most important is type of measurement. Okay, that means when I take the measurement from this device, okay, what kind of measurement is this? Okay, so if we select F4, it is more relevant again for electricity. You can see here there are four possibilities. Okay, one is direct measurement. That means such device categories are not having any transformer. Okay, whatever is the meter reading coming from the device will be same as billing. Okay, semi indirect means it is having a current transformer. Okay, that means the line current is more than acceptable limit of the device, so we are stepping down the supply current, so using a step down current transformer. Indirect measurement, that means it is using the voltage. Okay, indirect semi indirect measurement maybe using both. Okay, that means current transformer also and voltage transformer also. So at this point of time, direct measurement. Later, we'll create a device category which is semi-indirect. Okay. In that case, how to create a separately a transformer and then how to combine them in the installation. That I'll show you. So when you enter 0, it means there is no transformer. So there is no question of any primary voltage, secondary voltage or primary current. In any case, you don't have to enter this. We can enter this information in the winding group. When you create a winding group for transformer, there we maintain all that particular data. Okay. Next comes the certification. Okay. Now, definitely all these devices have to be certified. Then only they have to be put in the grid. Okay. Certifications are broadly of two types. Okay. One is certification mandatory from external authorities. Okay. That means the utility company may be purchasing from a particular make. Okay. But before they are sent to the grid for installation, they need to be certified by a authoritative person. Okay. From a government ruled company. Okay, like they have to come and then check and then say okay, this can be used. Okay, now basically when they check, it is ready for the installation. And the basic purpose of certification will also say what is the validity period of the certification. Okay, for example, every device what you use here is a meter, is a kind of a counter instrument. Okay, all these instruments are basically calibrated. Okay, so initially when you send them to installation, they are calibrated. Okay, but how long this calibration will work? Okay, so that is the life of certification, maybe 5 years, 6 years. Okay, or maybe on 10 years. Okay, it is something to be recalibrated or comes for re-inspection. Okay, so use some kind of sampling method, some kind of the periodic replacement activities concerned with the device. So at this point of time, we have to say what is the certification required. Okay, certification is required, not subject to certification, some devices not required, subject to external or internal. Okay, sometimes it may be internal certification, not bound by external. In that case you can enter the second as the option, but I'm selecting here external. What is the calibration validity? it is, let us say, 10 years. Okay, so you can enter 10 years, and later when you are working on this sampling inspection, we will see how this calibration validity will use. Okay, so all this information will be part of my device category. Now I'm going to save it. So device category 1001 has been created. Okay, now this device category, what is the basic purpose? This device category will basically act as a template. Okay, there may be hundreds of meters of hertz make with this particular specification. Okay, but when I create a master record for all of them, okay, I don't have to enter the data for each of them manually of the ISU data. Okay, because that data is already maintained here in device category. Okay, so device category, basically you can say, it groups together all the devices which are having the same attributes or which are having the same specification. Okay, you take any meter from 10,000 meters of the hertz single rate, they all have the same data. Okay, so that is the basic purpose of device category. Now how to create device? Now once you are ready with the device category, we can create the device itself. Okay, now there are two ways we can create a device. Device can be created directly in ISU. Okay, device can be created directly in ISU. When you do that, it will create also in the background the equipment master. Okay, later on I'm going to do some service operation for this device. Okay, device replacement will come, or device disconnection will come, reconnection. Okay, or device removal. Okay, any of these activities will be done through service operations. So for that you require a equipment number. Okay, now another way to say that it is having some data of equipment over and above the equipment data is enhanced by adding some ISC data. Okay, it is not just working as an equipment, it is working as a device equipment in ISU. So it has got some utility related data. Okay, so you can create device in ISU. There is a provision to create a single device master IQ01, maybe used for testing or something. But normally when you create devices, okay, you may like to create at once number of devices. Okay, so multiple devices can be created from the same device category by using IQ04. Okay, but whether you create as a single device or multiple device, how are you going to identify each device? Each device is identified by a unique equipment number. Okay, so that's the reason we configured equipment category and what is the number range for that. Okay, this is one way of creating. Okay, when you do this, there's no link to inventory management. Okay, but because there they assume that inventory management is not done in the system, it may be done in some external system. Okay, you can also create devices through inventory management. Okay, that means let us assume you have purchased these devices from a particular manufacturing company. You have placed a purchase order on them, and then they send the devices to us. When you perform the goods receipt for the devices, obviously you'll make a GR for that. Okay, when you do the GR, you can also allocate device numbers, equipment numbers to them. Basically serialization. Okay, but there is one basic difference. Okay, when I create it as a device directly in ISU, automatically it is set with the status AVLB. Okay, that means it is available for installation in the system. Okay, that means physical installation will be done in the grid basically, but later when they confirm it has been installed, okay, you have to do the technical installation in the system. Okay, unless device is having the system uh, the status as AVLB, we cannot do the device installation. But suppose we are taking the device creation through inventory management. Okay, in that case what will happen? Device equipment number is created, but is not created still as a ISU device. Okay, so it is not having the status as AVLB. Okay, so using the some kind of movement types, okay, transfer posting, we have to make them as ready for installation. Unless that is done, we cannot do the technical installation. Okay, but there is some missing data for the standard movement type U61 or U62. Tomorrow I will show you how you come through inventory management and what happens when you do that. Okay, so for our convenience to do the complete process later on from here, we will always try to create the devices through directly in ISU. Okay, So device category is already created. What is the device category? Just now created. This is the device category what you created just now. Now this device category will be used for creating my devices. So first I'll create one device and then I'll show you how to create multiple devices. This is the device category. So to create device, I'll go to device. Now I go to device IQ01. Okay. Now, as I said before also, we are also creating it as an equipment. So what category of equipment? Okay. SAP has given directly here one equipment category ISU. Okay. That means then only it will behave like a device. Otherwise it won't behave. Okay. Otherwise it become like a regular equipment. Okay. So enter material number. Now it is taking material number. What is material number? Same as the device category. Okay. So just like I said before, you have an air conditioner. Okay. 1 ton air conditioner. We have maintained a material number for that. Okay. We have got 100 such machines. Okay. Material number will remain same, but each of these 100 numbers of the material are going to be identified with a particular serial number. Okay. Same concept here. Material is this, but for that we are creating serial numbers, okay, for the equipment. So category is I, and then we continue. So now it will serialize the device what I'm creating. Since I'm creating a single device, okay, it is giving the serial number for this equipment. Manufacturer, we can enter what we selected, M code. From when it is valid, okay. So validity, let's say it's valid from 01 2013. Model number, if manufacturer is given, we can give that some kind of number. Now lot size is different, that need not be entered. You can either add the serial numbers to a lot, or if you already created a lot, you can assign it to the device. This is for sampling purpose, inspection purpose. Okay, we can leave this at this moment. Construction year, we will say 2012. Okay, certification year. Okay, certification year means when you do the sampling, let us say 100 pieces are there. Okay, we have picked 10 pieces for certification. Okay, as per the sampling quantity. Okay, once those 10 pieces have been certified, okay, we enter certification data for that. Okay, these 10 are certified. Okay, the moment you enter certification for that year for that 10 pieces, automatically that certification will be valid for the entire lot. Okay, so that is, unless device is certified, if you put it in the grid, what will happen? Tomorrow you will not come to know what is the date for periodic replacement. Okay. So there is a certification screen is there, easy 97 transaction code, where you can enter the year of certification and give the serial number of the device. Okay, I'll show you after this. Let's say certification was done in 2013. Okay, so naturally what it means, if it is 10 years calibration, it is going to work for 2023. Okay, it is available for replacement in 2000 maybe 24. Okay, so now certification number also you can enter. Most important, inspection relevancy. Okay, so you can give device to be inspected. So this is the initial data what we are transferring to device. Then we say transfer. Now it will take us to the equipment master. Okay, you can see typically when you open a equipment master in plant maintenance, you will see data like this. Okay, but what is the difference? There you have screens like general, location, organization, structure, all this. But at this point of time, we also have an additional tab here called IS data. Okay, that means the the utility related industry division data is available for this particular device. Okay, for example, you can see all these are sub screens for ISU data. Okay, this particular device has a register group as 22. Certification inspection date is there. Okay, installation data. So this is an additional data what is coming and sitting in our case of device. So that's why this control is given. If you create it as an equipment going to plant maintenance, it cannot be made as a device. Okay, but it is other way around. That means unidirectional. Okay, you need to use IQ01 with the equipment category I. Then it is created as a device, but also it is created in the background as an equipment. Okay. So then general location, you can maintain the maintenance plant. Okay, for all of this DDD maintenance location of the plant. Okay, you can assign other data you can enter like cost center, work center. Okay, structure. What is structure? After you do the device installation, okay, tomorrow let us say my serial number 140446 is the device. Okay, this I have installed in a particular device location in a particular building. That is a connection object. Okay, but what is device location? It is a functional location. Okay, when you do the installation of the device in the technical installation, automatically the structure will be updated here. What is the functional location? Okay, that is nothing but your device location. Okay, so that will be updated when you do the device installation. Configuration data we will see for one of the equipment what I create as a connection in the plant maintenance. We'll see how to maintain configuration data. So as of now, our device is ready. But one thing you can note down here, what is the status? Okay, status it says it is AVLB. Okay, available. Available means straight away I can record this device for installation in the system. Okay, once it is installed in the system, I can maintain the billing data and it is available for our meter reading, billing, everything. Okay, so now I can save it. So this is the way we create the device. So when you create a device, it is inheriting the data from device category. Over and above, we can also add the data related to equipment, which is in plant maintenance. Okay. Now, if you want to create at a time, okay, number of devices, okay, I want to create at a time 10 numbers. So how will you do? Same, you can go to menu list editing, okay. You can use IQ04, okay. Select IQ04, create. So here we are creating at a time number of devices. So category again I have to use I, and then maybe I want 10 serial numbers. Okay, I'm taking 10 and then continue. So now it's going to give me these 10 serial numbers, okay, for this particular devices, whatever we are creating. Copy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so these many devices we have created. But for all these devices, imagine if I have to enter what is the certification date, what is the calibration period, it would have been very difficult. I mean, a lot of manual data. That's why device category will come into picture. All these serial numbers I'm creating as individual equipments, but they are going to inherit the data of the ISU from this device category. Okay, no doubt as of now it is material number, but when I move to next screen, okay, obviously what it means, it's going to inherit the ISU data from the device category. Okay, so now try to save it and then it will go to enter ISU data. Okay, that means it is asking me to enter the data which is common to all these devices. Okay, so let's select here device, manufacturer, valid from, let's say 0106 2013, model number, construction date, validity, all can be same, but just I am managing it as 2013. Certification year is 2014. Register group, you see it has copied from. Now register group, if you want to change last minute also it is possible, you can also change here, but normally not done. Why? Because register group is intrinsic property of device category, so it is rather not changed. But technical reasons, sometimes if you want to change, you have blocked it for some time, you have created a new register group, you want to pick it up, okay, you can always do that. And then inspection relevancy, you can. But only thing what happens when you create here, it won't go to, it cannot go to 10 master records equipment in the background. Okay, so plant data and everything you want to maintain, you have to update manually or through some kind of uh, you know mm, the data migration. Okay, maybe for all these serial numbers you can maintain some data in text file and then upload it as equipment data in the equipment master. So now you can transfer. So 10 devices are created for this. Okay, you can open any of those devices and then work upon it to maintain the data like plant location. Okay, all those details. Now these devices whatever you created are available for installation, AVLB. Okay, device installation has separate configuration because it is at the client level. Okay, I have already done it in the system, but when you are doing separately device installation discussion, I will show you what are the steps of configuration. You have to give some number range, internal number range, for that won't virtual numbers. It won't be shown when you do the installation. That one configuration you have to maintain. But straight away I can use this device, one of this, to do the device installation. Okay. So just to show you how device will get connected to my service territory. Okay. Say for example, I have created device. One of these device I want to install it. Okay. Maybe 446 also is there. Any of these device. So technical master data I can create a connection object, the building. Let's say I'm creating one building. Okay, as a connection object. Let's say building name is, let us say, street and house number. From the regional structure data we can maintain. Building number is, let us say, 99. Maintenance plant. Now in the configuration we said plant is mandatory, so we have to pick it up. Now postal code is automatically taken from the regional postal structure data. Save it. So 88 I have created as a connection object. It is created as a functional location in the system. Okay, there is a functional location created in the system. But under this functional location, that is building, we can have n number of device location. Okay, what is device location? It is a specific location within the building where you are going to mount the devices. Okay, so for 88 connection object, I can now maintain some device location. Okay, so to create device location, we require the connection object. So go to device location, create. So I'm creating device location for 88 connection object. Then I will say electricity meter room. Okay, meter room 1. Maintenance plant, it will copy from the connection object. Maybe location addition I can say, basement, and then save it. So I created device location as 89. So save it. Now to this device location, I want to install my device what I created. Okay. So for that 89 is my device location. Okay. 89 is the device location. Now there are two types of installation. Okay. One is called technical installation. One is called billing installation for the device. But billing installation, if I want to do, I must be ready with installation data. Okay. Unless installation data is ready, I cannot do the billing installation. Okay. Unless billing is configured, we cannot do the billing installation. But technical installation I can always do. Basically we are saying so and so device is working in so and so building in so and so device location. So that is called technical installation. So go to the device management and then select device installation. There are two types of installation, technical and billing. Either you can record first technical, then extend it by adding billing, but at a time you can also do both in one single transaction, easy 31. Okay, but I cannot use easy 31 or 34 because they will bring billing into picture. Okay, so I'll go to easy 33 technical. Select this. Now either you can enter connection object. If it has got multiple device locations, then it will show these are the device locations. You have to select one of them. Okay, but in our case only one device location, so I'll enter directly 89. Activity date, that means from which date this installation is there in the grid. Okay, from which date it is activated. Okay, so let's say 0101 2014 and then continue. So enter the new device number. So I can pick any device here. So 447 and then enter here. Now it is showing the device number and also corresponding device category. Okay, now you need to maintain some processing data. Okay, so select the line and then go to process the list. Now I'm just showing you this as information, but when you do it in your system, initially you may not be able to do unless you have configured device installation configuration. Okay, but I'm showing you this at this point of time to show you how my device is going to be connected to service object. Okay, so now I'm going to select here process the list. What is the activity reason? Okay, activity reason is initial extension, okay, or initial data creation. So select initial data creation. Whenever you are doing device installation or removal or replacement, it is always linked to meter reading, okay, because while installing, what was the meter reading, while removing, what was it, or what during replacement, what was the meter reading, okay. So that we have to enter. So enter the meter reading. Now one more information we maintain here is periodic consumption data, okay. That means this is used for later on estimation and for so many reasons, okay. Now, what is estimated consumption? It is based on the household data, what we have for the basic domestic purpose, or if it is industrial, or if it's commercial. This device, when I do the meter reading, what is the expected consumption, okay, for a year? Then, when I do the meter reading, sometimes due to some reasons in a particular month, I'm not able to take the meter reading, okay. Maybe there's a heavy rainfall or some kind of the weather is not cooperating, a lot of snow is there, okay, the person cannot visit the device, okay. In that case, still we have to do the billing. So what to do, we can do the device billing estimation, okay. What could have been the result, okay. Estimation means it's not actual reading, but still you can estimate, okay. But based on estimation, it will show this could have been the meter reading. That will get corrected eventually when you do the meter reading actually in some later months, okay. But for the estimation purpose, you must have some block value, okay, some kind of benchmark value, okay. That is called periodic consumption. Let's say we are saying 12,000 kilowatt hour. System level, it is per year, so it is taking for 365 days, okay. So approximately you can say 1,000 kilowatt hour per month, okay, or 30 days. Now you need to enter the meter reading result, so go to enter MR results. So always we make it as 0 in the new installation. That means it starts counting from this date, okay. If there's no move in, it's going to be remaining 0 till move in happens, okay. That means, let's say this particular apartment connected the device, but nobody has stayed there, okay. Move in happens in the month of March, okay, and then the first meter reading will become in the April, okay. So naturally, when the move in happens, again that time we will enter the meter reading result, okay, because in this case obviously there is no consumption. Why? Because nobody has stayed there, okay. But at the time of moving, again we do the meter reading result. That means from that day onwards, from that reading onwards, we start making the consumption, okay. Then reading result can be released. So meter reading is okay, and then come back and then save it. So that means I have connected my device directly to the grid, okay. But if I had created devices through inventory management, this would not have been possible. Why? Because unless it is converted into status AVLB, we cannot do this particular activity. So tomorrow I will show you, if I come through inventory management, what changes will happen, okay. We will not be able to do it in the system because there's some kind of correction program has to be done, okay. SAP has given a SAP note. As per that, a program has to be involved in the system. But we can just understand the flow, how it will work, okay. Now you go back to this equipment 140447 I key 02, okay, I key 02 14447. Now I'm checking the equipment master, okay. So if you go to structure, okay, so what you can see here, it is showing the functional location as 89. That means so and so device as an equipment is now working in this particular functional location. I can create meter reading order for this if we have got the meter reading unit, but billing cannot be done. Why? Because there is no rate type or there is no rate configuration, okay. So basic device creation we have seen today using the device category and device. Tomorrow I will show you first how the device gets created if you go through inventory management method, okay. Later on we will work on other devices, okay. For example, we have a device which is having a transformer, okay. In that case, how to create, okay. Other group data will come like winding group for transformer, okay, that we will see. So device and device category will continue for another next 2 to 3 sessions. So after that we can go for building. Is it okay? Okay then, tomorrow we'll continue. Hmm? 7:30. Yeah, 7:40 you can say, because actually what is happening, I'm starting at 6:30, the retail which is over at 7:30. So I'm just doing some changeover of server. Maybe this week. Next week, if you want, again you can roll it back to 6:30. We'll decide tomorrow. How. Hmm? Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Mr. Shan, okay. Mr. Singh, is it too late for you? I think it must be late there. Yeah. Okay, okay, no problem. 7:40. We'll keep it. Is it late for you? It's fine, huh? Okay then. Fine. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Okay. Bye. Bye.